So with this game we've got Arceus Flying Pikachu up against Solrock Lunatone. This will be interesting because Aiden is running the Intel engine with it, which you don't always see with it, but hey, it could be really good.
Could be.
And joining with me today, for the people not in the live stream, is GazerBeam2K. Very good friend, very good player. Okay, that was a joke.
Appreciate that.
We're at least friends. One's a lie, one's a truth.
You determine which one.
Yes. It will be an interesting game. Check them out at twitch.tv/GazerBeam2K. That's a 2, numerical 2 with a K.
That's true. That is right.
That's very true. So let's watch this game and see how it goes.
So what is your take on the rocks, on Lunatone and Solrock? What do you take? What's your take?
It's an interesting deck. I'm personally playing it. I found that I was misplaying it like half the time, but at the time when I was playing it, I was trying to put as much art as I could on one thing. So
it seems kind of straightforward, no?
Yeah, I was playing a weird version with Pokécatcher and Silene.
Oh, that is a weird version. Okay.
But Silene can essentially give you six Pokécatchers.
Potentially.
That's
the key word. Potentially.
Yeah. I mean.
So it was off to a decent start. It looks like he got 2 Sobble out. He has the level ball in hand.
So you should be getting something going.
Yes. Now, is there a chance you think the Lunatone can swing right now? I don't think he can get a knockout, right? But it could get a swing in. What do you think?
He could get, 30 plus 120, 150 plus belt 180. If he gets a choice, a double scoop up, possibly. It's going to take a lot, but he could. I believe he would have to sell out for future turns in doing so.
I mean, a Bruno for 4 is not going to help the matter there. He will. It looks like he will get an attack off. I think there is a psychic in the discard. Is that correct?
Yeah, so there's two discarded.
Yeah, I think 2 went down. Yeah, so he will get the attack off, but definitely not a knockout. I think getting the attack is important, though. No. It's a little pressure on having to, either sit there and take, lose your Arceus next turn, or Sharon right now. And
right, you want to get the Pika out. As soon as Pika gets out, it can auto this matchup.
If the Pika's not charged up, you're in trouble. So I think you have to let the Arceus go down, don't you?
Yeah. I think you're completely fine if you can. Well, okay.
Stop.
You could do this here. Aiden, don't be in chat. Sorry, earlier thing. You Starbirth, you grab another Arceus, or you grab whatever you need, and you can get that Arceus out of play and charge with the other one.
Yeah, I think that is the correct line of play.
That's
you get the other Arceus out the active though, don't you?
Right, which you still have the Sharons for.
True. He might potentially go down in prizes, 2 prizes next turn, but you get the Pikachu charges up, next turn you can evolve it. You're sitting pretty in that aspect.
Oh, going to remove it and...
Oh, my.
Okay.
Interesting line of play. I think just a regular charge with Trinity Charge would have been the call, right?
Right.
Oh, it's going this way. Okay.
Little
roundabout way, but same line of play.
This
way he gets another Sobble down, gets a chance to... Oh, he's evolving now.
Right, he's looking for the evolution. As I don't... Mm-hmm. Solrock traditionally does not play any disruption cards.
True.
So you're actually...
So you're safe to put that in hand right now.
You put that in hand right now and you're fine. And if they happen to KO something, you have Raihan in hand already too. And as soon as you get the Pika lock, they're never going to one-hit KO one of the Pikas.
No.
So you should, by that definition, have prizes go and be able to get the whole way through.
An interesting spread of energy on the Pikachus, don't you think?
I think he's being protective. I assume he's losing the Arceus this turn, but if he happens to lose a peak, he can still use right hand the next turn.
Well, he's saying on the Arceus, on the off chance he doesn't lose one, I suppose.
Right. I mean, he could be completely surprised and then go after the Drizzle. I don't.
Priorities. Arc will go down.
Arc's down, so now you have the right hand play.
I think Stratham Steelix is sitting in a decent spot right now. Just that Pikachu could be a menace.
Yeah, he does need to find another energy. So, well, no, actually, yeah, he does because he has the Evo. You don't need to grab it with the right hand. You can grab the energy.
Yeah, you have Evo Incense in hand. He'll switch that out. There he goes. Perhaps grab that capture. That the DTE wouldn't hurt either. But the capture is just. I mean, what's the point of taking the DTE unless you have to?
Exactly, and the other thing with the DTE, it doesn't matter in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't hurt.
And there's the Pikachu. Pikachu is essentially in a lock now, but let's see how it goes.
Well, there's ways around it. I play a lot of Regigigas myself, and it's tough. I've beaten the Flying Pikachu, and I've lost to one too in the last week and a half. And there's ways around it.
Reggie has the benefit of having the Regice and having the ability to lock its attack out and making forcing the Peak player to at least have something else down. Lunatone sadly just lacks that, and I don't think this Lunatone has Skip Rope, which is what they're mostly looking for.
You gotta have Escape Rope so you could boss up something else, or yeah. Oh man.
I am double checking the list right now. I am not seeing it, but I am a visual guy. No, he does have one.
There's one Escape Rope. There's 2 bosses orders. So there's a way around one.
Exactly.
The second one gets active, you're in trouble. The second one gets online, you're in trouble.
So I would assume Aiden would like to bring up the Sobble, then it get bossed, maybe KO the weaker one, and then if they both get online, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
What can Lunatone Solrock do?
This is a tough matchup for it. And I like decks like Lunatone Solrock, Regigigas, the Ambipom deck from earlier. I like those kind of decks, nice rogue single prize decks, but Flying Pikachu is a menace to society.
Yeah, and I love it.
Single prize society. You love it.
He's one of the few cards I've gone out of my way just to buy, even if I've never played the deck IRL, just to have.
So you're not a fan of Surfing Pika, I'm assuming.
Never played it. It's never worked for me. Like the one time I did try to play it, it's just it just didn't work. There's the rope play.
So do you feed a Drizzile in this instance?
You could. They still have a boss play. You would have to get the. You can't. It's almost like you can't now evolve the other Pikachu. Almost feels like they still have another boss play possibly.
Well, if you, I guess you're right, because then it's just sitting there unprotected. But I mean, it does have a higher HP than the Pikachu V, right? The VMAX would have more.
Right.
And they one shot the VMAX is the question.
Yeah, that's a huge question. How do you one shot the VMAX? And plus, with the free retreat, you just bring it back. And they've already used one
ball. Oh no, they use one rope. Yeah,
they use the rope. But if you don't evolve it now, they can't do the rope boss play, and they can't trap a Pika in the active.
A little heartbreak from Steelix right there.
I'm assuming he doesn't have an out.
Probably not. Oh, you hate to see this happen to a fun single prize deck.
Exactly. Let's see. On their stuff. He hasn't given up the game. Oh, I hit the boss too. Oh, he was probably digging for it like that. He could technically KO the Pikachu, the Flying Pikachu, but then that just puts the lock in.
Yeah. After that, it's just, he doesn't have to bench anything else. That's it.
Yeah. He got rid of the last out. So, and it will go up 1-0 here, and now we'll be going
on to game 2.
On to game 2.
I don't think game 2 is going to be much different, will it?
I don't think so. I think we'll be following Aiden to top 4. It feels bad to say that, but it is a very. If there was a matchup he wanted, this is the matchup he wanted.
Yeah. Also looks like Joshua has lost his first game. So Joshua and his Dialga are down 0-1.
That one's down 0-1. Munchlax is playing Mew, so we might be here all night.
Oh jeez.
He's up against a very, very interesting Sylveon deck. We got Sylveon in top 8. The way this tournament goes, this will probably get to the finals and then lose. The Sylveon will.
The Sylveon deck will?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because like we had Lunatone last week. Lunatone did really well, and it got to the semis and lost, and then the Durant ended up losing against a very, very well played game with Ice Rider.
So, Doom, I'm trying to mode switch on my mouse. New mouse I just got, by the way, and it's either too slow or too fast. I have no idea what to do with this thing.
Sometimes you do have stuff you can go into and adjust the settings a little bit further.
Okay. I'll check that out a little bit later. I figured, hey, new mouse, might as well break it in here with the Tournament of Doom.
Exactly. I'm looking into hopefully getting a new one myself.
I'm trying a different brand. The keyboard I have is what's it called? It's a decent brand keyboard. I forget what it is. It starts with a C. But the mouse is a brand I never heard of, Red Dragon. So I'm trying them out for the first time.
Oh, I've never used them myself. I've been using Razer for a long time now.
Yeah, I almost got the Razer keyboard, but this other keyboard was pretty decent. It had some Stream Deck keys on there. Had 6 of them. So I said, hey, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking for Stream Deck keys myself. So the Manaphy start is not what Lunatone wanted.
I mean, it's the first turn. You weren't going to do much first turn anyway, right? Well,
Lunatone, you can actually KO, like win first turn. It's amazing when
you're right.
It almost feels.
It could pick up a knockout. You're right.
He's not, but the problem again is you do play nets. He does play nets, so there it is. That's gone.
And if he's out there active, you're right.
He's not hitting enough yet, but he's getting very close.
There's energy in the discard. I'm guessing another Soul Rock comes in play.
Yeah, you get another Soul Rock that gets him to 4. And just missing KO. One
more would have done it.
No, 180, 2 more. He would need 2 more. He would need 2 more in the discard and at least 1 more Soul Rock.
Yeah.
So he could have got there. But did not.
So no Sobbles in play. Kind of limits your options a little bit, doesn't it?
Exactly. But again, he's just looking for the Flying Pika lock.
True.
Did not get the DTE, but you also didn't get any energy. So I think you're kind of fine.
He's got Starburst right here, though, isn't he?
Correct. He's just
Starburst, yeah.
And then the Path of the Peak helps shut down the Greninja.
Do you want to use the Pokestop before you bump it?
No, I would not use it myself.
I would have used it. And he did. I would have used it.
The reason why I don't is only because my luck would be all through my lightning energies would be in the discard now. And then I'd be like, oh, there goes my game plan. So I felt wrong. It paid off well for him. Great. It was just part of my own fears. I'm gonna go through and completely.
Dude, that's where we're different, man. I'm a gotta go fast kind of guy, man. I gotta go, see what happens. What's this? How can I get going? I'm a high roller kind of guy, Let's roll the dice, see what happens. Let's go fast.
All right, some more updates. Juan has beaten Anti in one game, and Munchlax TCG has beaten Kaze in one game.
Anytime Anti loses, that's a win for a lot of us, so that's fine.
It's a win for America.
So he bumps the stadium. He's going to go ahead and use the Greninja to draw a couple more cards. He's going to conceal his cards.
He's got 6 on the active. If he can find, actually, he's looking for the boss play.
You gotta get to that Pikachu right now, don't you?
If you hit it into it at least once, you're doing decent enough, and then you can still have another boss rope play. I'm assuming that's what he was looking for, and he just didn't find it. At least not this turn.
At least it still opens up boss rope for him. But I'm guessing a second Pikachu's coming down. What do you think?
No, I think the Collapse Stadium's what's coming down.
Ah.
It limits the Lunatone bench, and that's going to be massive.
So here, do you toss a Soul Rock, or do you toss? Yep, you toss a Soul Rock.
Toss Soul Rock. So he's favoring the draw ability.
Yeah, I would have done the same. I think if you're Aiden, you have to get another Pikachu down, don't you? Can you wait a turn for that?
I think, as it stands right now, he's not going to have enough to power up to KO a Pikachu. So the Pikachu's not threatened. It's threatened to the point of being hit, but it's not threatened to the point where you're going to lose it. Because it has to hit 310, and it's 30 plus 30. So
yeah, that's hard to get up to. Fair point.
So like it's what 7. It's up there. It's not
do the
easy
math.
to get.
I don't do the math. I teach kindergarten.
I don't either. I'm an artist.
We need to get a Mellow Magikarp in here. Shout out to Mellow Magikarp, by the way, in the Lake of Rage podcast.
Trying to grease some wheels there.
A little bit. Shout out to Mellow Magikarp again.
Doesn't hurt.
Honestly, though, Doom, I do want to get you on a Gust of Wind sooner or later. I do want to get you on there.
Well, you guys are doing Sundays, or did you move to Mondays? You moved to Mondays, right?
We do it any day. We do it any day that works.
Well, I am open every day, so it's not an issue of timing for me. So.
Yeah, myself and Subin have a list of people, and you were definitely one of the ones on that list. But then, to be honest with you, a lot of other things started to open up. Where we're like, wow, we can get this guy, or wow, this guy's interested. So it really changed, some of the plans we had.
You should bring on Benry and ask him about the $20 he paid to get wrecked, and that's the only thing you talk about. Don't talk about his world championship wins, defending, nothing. Just keep asking him about the $20.
Henry, what was your thought about choosing that supporter? You know that wasn't coming back. You know that.
You knew
it wasn't coming back. You knew it.
$20 down the drain.
You knew that would happen. When they announced mystery supporter, that was what you think it was.
I knew it wasn't delinquent. That's all I knew.
Of course not.
I was like, no, they're going to underwhelm us. So I was trying to think of underwhelming supporters. I thought it was going to be like a new version of Hop. And it was
draw 3 and look at your opponent's top card or something like that.
Or draw 4 and spin around in your chair or something. Just play the rest of your turn dizzy. Something like that.
I thought it was going to be with the Lost Zone. I thought it's going to be one of the supporters that interacted with the Lost Zone, something like that.
I'm glad the Lost Zone's back. I think it's going to
really.
Yeah, I think it was an amazing mechanic. It's
fun.
It's fun. It's like I'm willing to give up this from the game forever.
Well, there's a role play.
Is he going to protect here? So you don't have it. Because if you're
there's the boss play.
There's the boss play. Does he have an
okay? Can you get out the active? Can you charge yourself up enough? That Collapse Stadium definitely limits some of the things you can do, but
and scoop there.
So it's not there.
Not there. That's his main out. He needs Love My Cap in chat said he needs 10 energies for KO. I don't think it was possible with the amount he had already played. So let's go ahead and let's pull up the list. We'll pull up the list here, and Aiden is our first winner. We are waiting on 3 other games. So we'll probably continue on with Aiden since we know he is in top 4.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and look up. I'm going to turn myself off. Hi, people. I'm going to turn myself off because it's gonna end up blocking everything. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and update this. Seeing Aiden moving over. Or should be the update Admin. All right, so Aiden's moving on. Let's look at his list. His list is very kind of different from most of your Flying Peak lists.
How so, dude?
The Inteleon engine. Most people run the Bibarel engine. The Inteleon is I've played both. The Inteleon feels safer. You know, like you grow up.
I've seen it with both. Inteleon just feels better, doesn't it? I've seen it with both, but I think Inteleon feels better.
I think it feels safer. The one with Bibarel feels like I don't get stuck with dead hands though. Bibarel is really good, especially with like seeing Roxanne plays, and Palkia loves this Roxanne play. You go, yeah, no, I'm good, thank you. I'll just take two more cards, or depending on what else you drew. I'm fine, thank you. 2 Path of the Peaks is kind of a cut, little thin there. It would probably
Collapse thinking came in handy, so
extremely handy.
I can't criticize that one. That's a good call.
Sharon's Care running 2, always good. Sharon's spam loop is just absolutely broken. Probably if you're in the team challenge, there's probably a good possibility that you'll run into people playing that. People just love the Arc Intel. It's solid, and that actually brings me into the team challenge real quick. Your team composition matters. I knew people who ran like 4 straight ADP. That's all they ran, and they lost.
Yeah,
because you
gotta diversify it a little bit. You gotta have some diversity.
Yeah, you have to diversify, and you have to be able to pick up matchups that other ones can't. Because like the ADPs that are playing couldn't beat Desi, and like they ran up against a team playing 2 Desis, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't prep for this. What are we supposed to do?" And they just lose. This deck is a matchup with Mew. Someone in chat is asking about the deck's matchup for Mew. I find the Marnie and Prey with the path be very strong. Like
Marnie Path Prey?
Yeah. Especially if you catch them with either early enough where you can get them.
How many times have you had a chance to path Roxanne someone?
How often with this? I think it would be a lot easier. Aiden is in chat as well now, so if we have any questions, chat, do ask him, and we can also answer. If he said he played the Vettel at NAIC.
Well, he cut it here. I'm guessing. Did it not do that well for you, Aiden? Did it not serve much of a purpose?
Yeah, like I would assume you.
I see, there's a Mew counter, right?
Yeah.
Quick bop to the Mew.
You wait until Mew puts like a good deal of energy. Maybe you already got a KO, and do that. And Aiden also says Mew is dying. It is. If you look at tonight's metagame, at least for this tournament, we'll even jump to it on screen right now.
It's Arc Intel everywhere.
Arc Intel, here we go. I'm going to zoom in. You can see Mew Genesect. 3 people played it, and it went 5 and 6.
Out of how many players?
Out of 3.
Out of how many players? The whole tournament?
Whole tournament?
Overall, yeah.
80 some odd. I am horrible with that. Let's check the standings so we can double check the number. 82. The 3 people out of 82 played it.
Mew is going to be on the way out.
Like, I feel like maybe in the team challenge you still play it just because it's still a deck that's kind of consistent and still people know how to play it. But
it still has some power to it, I feel like, but it's not as
it's not
strong as it once was.
It's not the tier S that we knew it as.
Yeah.
Updates.
Those were dark times.
Anti's split is 1, and OG Shy, I think is how you say it, is 1 as well. So we have 2 games at 1-1, and Munchlax versus Kaze is still in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate Bibarel. If I was on camera, you just
Aiden's not a fan of Bibarel, huh?
You see the shock on my face here. I'll open my face back. You can see. My beard grew 3 inches in pure shock.
I enjoy the Beavers. I can't lie. I do enjoy the Beavers.
Playing 2 Palpad, he said meant to play that. That is not that is an interesting tech. That is a very interesting tech. So like if you imagine that turns Sharon's Care into 6.
True.
Shauna prevents Blissey, but is on the down. We're not seeing as much Blissey. I mean, we saw tonight metagame. I'm not even seeing it on the top. I'm having to scroll down. 1. Went 2-3.
I still like Shauna as just a card overall.
It's
sometimes you don't want to, shuffle you don't want to give your opponent the extra cards through Marnie. So
if I had a card of a reprint, it would have been Cynthia.
Oh man, I miss Cynthia.
Cynthia. Plus, I have four regional. I did get a 4th one, Hemizer. If you're in chat, I went and bought it. 4 regional ones. So the regional snap ones. That's the one I want to play. I just want a reason to play it again.
Do you think after rotation, Judges see any play?
Some decks, but I think it wouldn't be as good. Because Marnie getting the 5/4 and putting it on the bottom of the deck is way more powerful than Judge ever was.
Yeah, that bottom is powerful.
Like the Marnie Fear means like half the time. Unless they're not playing it, you can't just grab the card you want and hold it for the next turn, because then it's going to the bottom of the deck and now you can't even draw into it.
Yeah. And I've had that happen. I lost a game tonight. I was playing locally and lost a game tonight by that. Or actually, I take that back. Almost lost a game by that. Managed to squeak it out. And then in the championship game, in the finals, I lost because of Roxanne. And I never lose because of Roxanne.
Roxanne's a lie until it hits you. And then you go, oh, wait, this is the one time. It's gonna...
this was literally the one time. I played Regigigas religiously. Last week I played some Palkia and Teleon. And I loved it. I liked it. It's just my brain hurt.
Right.
So I went back to just, mind-numbing, Regigigas. And I had the guy down to 2 prizes, and then he hit me with the Roxanne. And normally Roxanne isn't an issue. I bounce back with the Regidrago. This time I couldn't pull out of it, and I lost because of that. And then of course Temple of Sinnoh's is a menace. It should be destroyed. Someone should destroy that temple.
Yeah, and I'm surprised we haven't had a Chaotic Swell reprint or something like it. Like we are.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, actually, Chaotic Swell was a menace.
Not Swell. Swell's too powerful. It was too toxic.
Quick update: Munchlax TCG did win, so Mew Control is in top 4. He will not be playing Aiden. He is on the other side of the bracket, so if he does win and Aiden wins, that will be our final.
Interesting final. Well, not yet, but that could be a potentially interesting final.
Chat saying, imagine Chaotic Swell with Mew. Actually, you know what? Now thinking about that, yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a Garbodor reprint with the Toxic yet in some form.
We need something along those lines. Yeah. We need something like that.
Where it just kills all abilities. We've been without that in format for a while now.
Yeah, we've had Wheezing, which is somewhat similar, but has to be active.
But I feel like Wheezing was the test to see how well it worked. And then how many decks had it, and then going from there. And it's okay, it kind of works, but we're not seeing play with it. Maybe we need to fix it. Like Marnie was like them testing Judge in a new way and going, oops, we overpowered it.
Uh-oh.
So that's what we reprint Judge, and now we're going back. And whereas in Roxanne's is probably them testing N in a new form and going, okay.
Roxanne feels balanced, right?
Right. And if it feels balanced and it works, okay, we might not ever see an N reprint, but maybe we do as a new version of Roxanne or something.
Yeah. We'll probably see Roxanne pop up a couple more times, maybe. Or, maybe at least once after it rotates out sometime down the line. But I am a Garbodor reprint, some type of spiritual successor that would be nice.
Or the Trash Avalanche reprint. Oh
man. 20 times?
Let's see what...
I love that, because now your opponent's second guessing what items to play. Do I play this item? Should I not play this item?
I know. I love playing Garbodor. It was one of my decks I played when I first came back. Part of it was because I could get the promos for hella cheap. And there was some... I love the promo art. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know exactly which one it is.
Well, your artistry is showing.
It always does. It can't be one of my streams without it. Here we go. Pop that up on screen. This one right here. This is my favorite Garbodor art. It's like he's bursting out of the trash, like, here I come. And that's a good one. And the funny thing is, Garbodor is one of those cards the TCG knows, but the VGC doesn't. Like I ran into Garbodor like once in the playing the games, or even looking for it at a VGC. I'm like, oh, I'm never using this guy. Stats aren't there. I played the TCG. I'm like, Trash Boys used? Oh, and then I'm like, oh my god, Trash Avalanche is so good. And other TCG players are like, yeah, this is great. You got it.
Garbodor's had about 3 or 4 really good cards.
So always got to play it. Which, if you're not familiar with the site, and this for anyone, PokemonCards.com, PKMNCards.com, has like every art and card like ever printed in English, not all of them. But you can also even look
at any card and art ever printed in English.
Yes, and some Japanese.
So if I said find base set or Fossil Dragonite, they would have that.
Here we go. Here's every Dragonite, and then we can then sort by date released, and then it's going to show us like the newest. We want date release going the other way. There's plenty of things. It should be. Well,
Senior day.
Right there.
What a time
right there.
What a time we live in.
And it's nice, high quality art.
Look at this.
I'm actually
okay. So rate that art for me. Tell me something about that Dragonite right there.
That Dragonite right there. Okay. It's early. They hadn't established like art styles really well with it yet. Kagamaru Himino is one of the earliest artists. Dragonite itself, it didn't even have a like defined personality. Like watch the anime around the time. There's no personality to the Dragonite yet.
It just goes Borrow.
It was like Borrow, and it has like a giant VMAX form before all the VMAXs ever show up. I mean, it says its length is 7'3" and it weighs almost 500 pounds.
I didn't know he weighed that much.
Right. Because like you look at something like what was it, Steelix is like way less. Sorry.
Yeah, I knew Dragonite was 7'3". I didn't know he weighed that much.
His length is from tail to head. So he's probably more closer to like 5 foot. But they add in the tail. So they're going by the length. But like this art, like the rainbow pattern is great, especially for early holofoils, considering how they were. They very blurred backgrounds. Because part of it was printing stuff at the time. That's why I actually have these thick borders. Is printing to edges was really difficult, and so you added this thick ones. So the yellow border's actually gotten a little bit thinner, but not by much.
You're right. I've noticed that. I see it now. It is thicker.
So
and I've known for the blurred backgrounds for holographics. Just I figured it was just easier for them in a way.
Right.
I guess that's the case.
It was new printing technology. So like even look at like old Magic cards, their borders are thicker as well. It's what they had available. I don't know why they're yellow, because like the Japanese ones, they fit the border color with this gold. But it's just like it doesn't make sense. And like when the Pokemon in Japan changed to straight Nintendo, that's when they changed to the gray borders. They also changed the back. The back of it changed. So if they did that here, it could happen. Let's actually see what Kago his last card was. If you don't count the birthday Pikachus, because those are reprints, actually get released. Quillfish, they are still drawing cards.
Oh wow.
They are
There's new Astral Radiance. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So they are still going. And
he did the Cleffa from back in the day. Wow.
Birthday Pikachu, Dark Gyarados from one of my favorite sets. Team Rocket is still one of my favorite sets.
Very good
Love this set. That one was let's see.
It's a very fun set.
Yeah.
Team Rocket Sneak Attack was such a busted trainer. Do you remember that?
Yes. I just love the whole team. Well, this is the Celebrations version. That's why I'm like, where's Team Rocket? Oh no, it's Celebrations. Looks like they did Phoebe, they did Victini V, this amazing Malamar.
Look at that Farfetch.
Anti-Lost, Juan Candisano won. So let's actually update the standings real quick. And
Juan will be going on with Inteleon Palkia.
He will be going up against Mewtwo Control. So we'll be watching that. So we're just waiting for Aiden's game, which hopefully Aiden will be able to jump back on, and we can watch that. Yeah, look at all the shinies he's done. This guy has a very long career. He's been there since the beginning. 11 pages. 11 pages.
Sheesh.
So very long career. That's the greatest thing about this site. Like,
yeah, you think the hand would get tired of drawing after a while?
You would think so, but usually it's the mind, or your hand does give out. I sit here and I do so many hand exercises, and like my hand doesn't sound like a concrete. Whereas in I know people who don't, and like they can literally put up by the mic and just move their wrist and be like, "Hey man, are you like grinding pepper or something?" Like, nope, that's just yeah, like just like that, geez. And you're like, nope, that's just my arm. Like,
just stretching out the old wrist. What?
Yep. Ooh, all the energies.
Now, Doom, are you taking commissions right now?
I am not, but I do open it up usually by the end of the month.
I see. So what are you booked up with right now? What do you have going on? What's cooking?
Digimon. I'm a Pokemon guy. All the mats. The Digimon people come in and they buy them up within seconds.
Hey.
They fill up all my slots.
What you gotta do.
And so I've got more Digimon playmats in the making, and I am a Pokemon artist who keeps drawing Digimon somehow.
Now, when are you going to make the transition to the Digimon trading card game yourself?
I don't know. I have a setup for it. I actually do have a setup for opening cards, so I could play it. It's just I just haven't done it yet. Outside of Steel Energy, Generations is actually my favorite. I just like this.
What, energy-wise?
Yeah, I just like the striping.
Bro, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. What are you doing?
Heart Gold, Soul Silver is amazing, yeah, but for me, play-wise, I like the striping. It's a personal thing where, like, you just get that thing where I'm just like, yeah, this is what I like. Whereas in, like, this energy is, like, really cool as well with, like, the nice checker pattern behind it. But then here you go, Heart Gold, Soul Silver has, like, the nice edging to it, and it has just, it's just so good. Even like I
prefer when it comes to energy as well too. I prefer some of the older looking ones as opposed to the newer ones. So I get it.
Well, if you also play some of the older ones, again talking about the thickness of borders, by using the borders, you can check your energy counts super quick. Like, let's find one. Knowing visuals helps. And I believe it's actually not these e-readers, these e-readers. Right here.
Oh my.
Look at that border. You notice these cards are different from all the others with that huge border.
Right away. You look at that right away. Everyone take notes on this.
So knowing those kind of things helps. All right. Final match is done. We are going to get back in some games.
Joshua won it.
So we will pair up the next round, and it looks like Aiden is ready to be pulled back in. So we will get back to the games, and we will stop talking about art. And
do we have to?
Yes, we have to. We do need to finish the tournament.
I want to ask your thoughts on the new Dragon Knight V. I'll ask you after in between rounds.
Yeah, we'll probably have more rounds. So, all right, let's make sure. We'll just wait for Aiden to go live. But yes, this here, thicker borders. As long as you know what you're doing and you intentionally set up your cards that way, you can read your prizes much quicker. That's just a nice little visual thing. Some people are just really good at reading their prizes and they have their ways. Like I wouldn't push just like on Azul or Gabe or any of the people who win regionals all the time, because they're not going to. They already have their thing and they're effective at what they do. So, exactly. All right, game's already starting. We need to jump in.
I think that's the first phrase. That's the best phrase of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean?
Yep. There it is.
All right.
Here we go.
Watching go against Joshua. So we have a Picatelion versus Dialga.
Versus Dialga.
Picatelion.
This will be interesting because Dialga can trip like really badly, and they give it enough chance for Peak to come in. But if he gets enough energy, like nothing survives on the Arceus side.
Everything's just one shot and just
He beat a Arceus and Teleon earlier tonight, but the guy ended up dropping, so we don't know if we would have seen a rematch or not.
Mm-hmm. Leading off with the Mew from Celebrations.
The Mew for
I thought Mew would be a spiritual successor to Jirachi, and it wasn't quite it. I mean, it's good though, but it wasn't quite Jirachi.
Right. I wish it was. I miss Jirachi, and Jirachi was such a good card. And he's drawn by, and Stellar Wish Jirachi's drawn by one of my favorite artists. So I miss it.
Got a soft spot for it. I get it. I was watching Andrew Mahone today, and he was talking about how just Inteleon's like one of the top engines we've had in years, and I was like, "Hello, Stellar Wish Jirachi."
Tag team, man, the tag team engine, that was great. Come on, don't forget about that. This hand
use tag call, go grab a supporter of your choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if this hand's that good. I mean, you could.
You gotta go for Arceus now, right?
Yeah, like if you put it out there, but you might have to sacrifice a Sobble. Because if they...
Yeah, I think you feed a Sobble right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, you feed a Sobble and just... Now, do you think you should have fed a Sobble and kept calling? What do you think? Or do you have to? Is it more important to get that energy on the Arceus?
You could have kept calling. I believe he plays Melanie, correct? Let's double check his list. I don't think he does. No, he doesn't.
I don't think I saw Melanie.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Melanie, no.
He's playing the one water energy, which is spicy, but he's not. So he would rely on Raihan to accelerate to the Arceus. So yeah, getting it back on there is probably the best, because you can pick it up, easily pick up the Sobble next turn, and then go from there.
Now, Doom, I know this is going to your YouTube, and I don't want to really break the fourth wall, but Frizz made an excellent comment that I'm going to need you to read, pretty soon.
Oh, I saw it. No leaks.
Yeah, so I need that to happen, like, eventually.
Commission deposit, $125. then we'll discuss pricing afterwards.
Oh, goodness. I never did get my emote.
Yeah, but you never paid for it either.
That's true, too.
So I think we're at a wash there.
Fair enough. So it looks like this Dialga's going to get a swing on a Sobble this turn. Is that worth?
It is. I think
wait a second.
He's looking at the cross switcher.
Never mind.
Does he have?
Now it feels worth.
Now he's just metal blasting. But
not enough for a KO, but at least there's damage on there if they decide to try to charge up the Pikachu or anything else. It's damage. They have to get it out there. They have to get it out, right? They have to share it.
Either you're sharing it here or you just go for the damage. Because if you damage the Dialga, you're putting pressure on him to try to set up another one. Because he maybe can get.
I would
1 to 3.
I would go for the damage.
You can go for like 1 to 3 prizes, but yeah, it does have a full bench though too. So you could Marnie here safely. You could. You can go in, get the Arceus, Marnie. You're gonna lose it next turn anyways. You know that.
Yeah,
but if
that's exactly what I would do.
But if you damage it, and maybe
I grab Marnie and I grab DTE, correct? And then you at least have damage on, like you said.
Yeah. And then hopefully Pikachu's set up.
Mm-hmm.
Pikachu's not your greatest attacker in this, but it can survive hits. It can survive a lot.
I mean, it all depends on the flip, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no Marnie?
He still has the ability to grab Marnie. He has the level ball for the Drizzle.
Oh, you're right. There's a level ball right there. All I saw was Inteleon. I was like, wait a second. Okay. You are correct, sir.
Because then with the path to the peak, he shuts down the Greninja from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. He's going to hold it off for a turn. He's going to get the Pikachu. He's not putting it at a risk.
I'm going VMAX. Okay.
That's a very good play. So now he can't just boss possibly and KO the Pikachu. He still can.
Are we sure about that?
Well, he still can in V-Star, but he won't be able to. He has to use up 2 turns for it. He can't V-Star now and then KO the Pikachu easily. Could. I mean, I'd like to see his play. Dialga is one of the decks I've had a little bit more issues with. But
it's hard to run. I felt as if the one with the Diancie build was going to be, the one, but it wasn't quite it. It's tough.
Have you played the version with Magneton?
I have not, but I've seen it. I've seen Andrew Mahone play it. I've seen a couple other people play it as well.
It's very interesting. And seeing this now, Aiden played it. I'm assuming he guessed. He guesstimated that he didn't have an out in his hand the way he played, and the guy was trying to get. Then JJ Bell here was trying to get some sort of a, just get some sort of attack off.
Mm-hmm.
But he still, I feel like he still needs to set up another Arceus possibly, or at least another attacker.
Something else has to be active. I mean, not active. Something else has to get out and be set up.
Yeah, because the issue you run into here is Flying Peak only hits 160.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to set up something here. Another Arceus. Okay.
Arceus isn't bad because everything you have in deck can be used with Arceus. And per chance that he brings it up and hits it for 180 again, per chance that's the way JJ wants to go, you end up having the ability to pull it out a lot easier than you do if it's Flying Pikachu. Even though Flying Pikachu can retreat.
Then you have the access to Sharon with Arceus. I mean, is this a tough matchup for this Inteleon deck? Arceus, Inteleon, Pikachu?
It can be.
I'm just looking at it. I think it's tough. There's not a whole lot of definite outs, is there?
It's playing and getting the damage, and then on top of it, hoping they trip. Which right now,
yeah, it's a lot of hope. Just I hope they don't hit this. I hope they miss that. So it's not like a definite, like defined kind of. This is my line of play.
Exactly.
This is my line of winning. Yeah, this may be a tough matchup for him.
It depends on how many saucers he's already out as well. So, Pumpkin Pit, okay. I've noticed a lot of them are running that now, and it's very smart for them too, because you do lose something, you gain the bench space back.
Mm-hmm.
One way I've played it, on the Flying Pikachu side, is get the Arceus all basic energy and then use your choice belt on it, because then the Zacian becomes a one-hit KO target.
I see.
They're going to try to hold the Zacian off for end of game, as an end of game sweep. If they can.
That Mew engine is flowing, isn't it? Look at it go.
Yeah, he's used up a lot of scoop up nets though.
Remember that time when we had scoop up net and escape board, and we had Jirachi?
Yes, I miss a skateboard. A skateboard was their first test on Floatstone, and
I would say, I guess, maybe you're right. And now Air Balloon is like where they said, okay, this is the happy medium. This is the in between.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So like, where are my sources?
9 cards left in deck. Where are my sources?
They're probably all in there, or he hasn't price checked. That's a possibility too.
Reminds me of The Incredibles when Frozone was looking for a super suit.
Exactly.
Honey, where are my saucers?
We had the scoop. I'm
conceited.
That was a quick scoop. Wow. So Aiden's going up 1-0. I thought he was going to continue.
He would have fell behind a prize and had damage on the dial. I guess he figured there was no way after that.
Right, and he was putting down a new P. So that's where the trip up comes. He's not able to continue that combo. Like he needs to hit it fast.
He had a great first couple turns, but yeah, after that the trip came that you called, and I guess that's the only way that this Arc Pika deck can kind of luck out and pull it off.
I'm looking at who he played. He played Arc Pika and won. He went undefeated.
Sheesh.
All the way through, and then he beat Arceus Duraludon. And then that was where he split. That was the first time he lost. Was in there.
Oh, he beat Arceus Duraludon. That's my guy Frankie Baby. Sorry, Frankie.
And then this is the first. And then he's lost here. He beat
Blissey Miltank. Interesting.
Yeah. Because he has to get through the Miltank. And I don't think he plays Aegislash, right? No, he doesn't.
I did not see one. No. Interesting.
So either he was able to get through it, or he got it quickly. Like he could get it super quick. But
There's a one off Dialga, and I guess that one Dialga just put in work.
wow,
Did what it had to do.
that's a lot of smiley. Oh, that's why we're seeing a lot of smiley faces. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. Like, do I?
How often have you started a Crobat V in the active?
Too many times.
What about the Dene GX?
Too many times. That happened to me in on guards tournament on Wednesday. I was trying to get to 6-2. I might bubble. I probably wouldn't. My resistance was horrible, but I just wanted to finish the night at 6-2. I'm in the Palkia mirror. I start bat and nothing else. It was like Roxanne, Boss. Did you just scoop? Double scoop?
Scooped.
Wow.
He said with Crobat and with Pumpkaboo active, there's no way. So with that being said and done, Aiden's heading to the finals.
Yeah, Aiden's heading into the finals. He looks like he said he was going to call it a night. He was like, I just don't want to play this. I don't want to play this hand out. I'm going to call it a night.
I mean, I guess looking at what's in front of you, you have Crobat on the bench, Pumpkaboo's active. And I guess take a look at your hand. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, sometimes you just say, you know what? I did well. Still got top 4. Still gets prizing.
Top 4, undefeated up to that point. Top 4. Get some prizing. So
now, see,
hopefully he's not an East Coast. And hopefully it's not super late over there.
So here's the thing. Aiden has made finals actually a few times in this tournament and has not won it yet. That's why I mean.
Time for him to break through.
I think this might be the time for him to break through.
This happened this past season, IRL, to a buddy of mine, to Isaiah Bradner.
You just keep
break through eventually, right? It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's just a little airborne. It's okay. It's okay. Wait. All right, I'm
Simpsons. I get it.
I'm bringing up the old tournaments right now, and I want to see how many times he has. There's a lot of old tournaments.
You need to start putting numbers on these.
I don't want to.
Do number.
I like putting
47 or something.
I like putting stuff like and subscribe. I didn't even ask anyone to like and subscribe. I just thought it was funny, and then someone else actually did that legitimately recently. I was like, oh, I guess I'm ahead of the curve. Tournament has successfully finished. Oh man, I forgot how to check these. I'm horrible. Whatever.
So Munchlax and his Mewtwo deck, that's going to take a while, right?
Yeah,
between one and Munchlax, that's going to be a while. So,
if you need popcorn, now's the time to get the popcorn. Actually, know how there's a way for us to check on stream. Give me 1 second here, because we're already in here. We go into this nice limitless site, go tournaments, and here's our current one, and the legend of whatever we wanted to put. This is next week. And it burns, and when you register, that's the question. I just want to see what people put. Yeah, Aiden, I agree. Aiden is saying in chat, if Nathan wins, I scoop. Oh,
pray for a donk.
Pray for donk, yes. Yeah, but you can check past tournaments. Aiden, how many times have you made top finals? I believe it's been you a few more times than anything, right? We're gonna look it up.
It's still impressive, though. Either way, it's impressive.
Yeah. I know you've made top cut a few times, though. This is where we just type in Doom. That's the latest ones. I don't want upcoming, I want completed.
Hey, Doom, I'm gonna step away just for a second, okay? Check on the baby.
Go for it, man. If there's the time to do it, this is the time to do it.
Okay. Yeah, he's had a long day. He didn't take a very long nap today. He fell asleep 3 different times, but it was only for like maybe 20 minutes at most each time. So no long nap. He's nice and full. He should be asleep for a while, but I'm just gonna check on him.
You never know.
Sometimes I will, go in there and check on him. He's just sitting there playing with his toys, just in the crib, like, oh hey, I'm here.
Exactly. kids.
Yeah, it'll be a year on the 30th. So in about 20 days, about 3 weeks, it'll be a year.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Checking this. No Aiden here. We had last week where we had Ice Rider. We had Dirty win with Darkrai. Anti-made cut on that. That's just like the last month. Like, there's so much history on the site as it is. It's just amazing. You know what? Let's all take a quick break. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, and we will be right back. So I'm gonna put you guys on the be right back screen, and we will be right back.